Yeah.
Please.
I do have my coffee. It is not decaf.
And I don't have my coffee.
Dude, what the hell? We are a mess.
We're not in sync, bro. We're supposed to be Tommy and Donnie, bro. We need to be in sync.
Tom and the Don, only one of us got the coffee.
We're gonna be in sync one of these weeks.
All right, we are. We will be. We will be. We're not even halfway through the season yet. We got plenty of time, people.
Got plenty of time.
Just cut us some slack, please.
Yeah.
We're pretty messy people. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Challenge Express. Chew. We are here. Episode 8. My name is Tom. I'm with my co-host Adonis. What's going on, Adonis?
What's up, man? Just here. Another week, another challenge episode, another recap. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. I got a lot of good sleep last night.
That's what I'm talking
about. I'm here. I'm here.
Quantity
I'm ready.
and quality. That's what sleep is all about.
Right. You got energy from me today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some good shit today.
I'm feeling it. It's coming to me. I feel it.
Yeah. I'm ready. Let's talk about
this podcast. I was like, God damn, I don't want to talk to Adonis. But now your energy is like
okay, bro. I'll just hang up right now.
But yeah, Tom and the Don back at it again. Episode 8 this season. Yeah. We both have been saying that we're liking it. It's staying consistent. It hasn't dipped. So I'm still enjoying the content that we are seeing on our televisions or laptops or phone devices, wherever you're watching the challenge nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get into this episode. Overall, how'd you feel about it?
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whichever it was last week, I think the episode where everything blew up with all the politics was my favorite, but this one was still good.
Yeah,
it was still a solid episode this week.
Yeah, so the last one was heavily politicking. They were at that bar where the graveyard was outside, or the cemetery with all the politicians. Yeah, this one, we got to see how all those politics, unfolded pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked the episode as well. I thought we had the best daily challenge of the season, although it had its flaws. There were, I think it was the most fun to watch, and it's like I really wanted to do that myself. But we'll get to that. Amber is back in the house, 4-1 in eliminations.
She's got Darrell on the list now. I wonder if challenges kind of keep a list of the names of the people they've taken out, because Darrell's a big one.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I beat Darrell. Let me not say who his partner was. But I heard somebody say it in the confessional. Amber really does show up in eliminations, and her record does prove that. So
yeah,
she is turning out to be a little elimination queen, a little sneaky one, because she's not this big powerhouse. She is tall and skinny, which did help her in this elimination, I think.
Yeah.
But she's a capable competitor, and I think she has a good spot in the show. We see the worst swimming pair in the house practicing swimming. So that's and that could be some foreshadowing. And I don't think the good foreshadowing. I think they're gonna.
Come on, man! They practicing, man. They trying.
They're trying. I'll give them that. They're trying. Flashbacks to when Ammo was giving Leroy swimming lessons in the house. I think it was Dirty 30.
Yeah.
It's always good to see these sucky swimmers practicing, because we hate. At least we see them practicing, because we hate when people come on the show and they just can't swim, and it's like, bro, half of the freaking daily challenges might require you to swim.
Yeah, you don't want a situation like Enzo on Challenge USA to happen, especially not in a important you know,
Dude, I forgot about that.
in the game.
That was the funniest DQ of all time, bro.
Yeah, so like it's good to see these people practicing to avoid situations like that.
Yeah, I say funny, but Desi would strongly disagree with me.
Right.
Yeah. We get a Bananas birthday bash. That was very nice to see. You know, us old watchers always like to see growth from early challengers. So it's nice to see a 40th birthday party. 40th.
40. God damn, man, that man is old.
I ain't hating, man, because I'm
40.
getting up there.
Just think about that for a second. Think about 10 years ago. What season was going on 10 years ago? This man was 30 10 years ago.
30, and that must have been during like the Rivals.
Rivals 2 free agents?
30. Wow. Hey man, he's still in great shape. He's still outperforming these young guns in daily challenges, which we'll get to a little bit. But it was this Nani, big flaw on Nani's end. Writing down all the statistics and the amount of money he has won, showing people in a house that they're competing against.
I remember I was watching the episode and I saw that moment. I remember I got up and I was like, no, why would you do that?
This is why you have never won a challenge, Nani.
let's just remind people why this man is so good.
Literally.
Like, that's not a great idea, especially when like there's and it's not like she did this like after they were like safe or something like that. She did this before a daily happened, before an elimination happened. Like, let's just remind people how great this man is.
It's a nice gesture, but just throw a birthday party and pull Bananas aside later and be like, yo, I just want you to know I'm so happy for your challenge career, 21 seasons, you won over 1 million. Like, that's something that can be done in secret. Like, you don't need to tell the whole house that.
I know it came from a good place, but I don't think she was thinking about that when she was writing it.
Of course, but it was just so obvious as a viewer because she was like, let's go over the statistics. Like, she literally said something like that. It's like, oh god.
Like the Tory, and then afterwards there were like 4 different people just being like,
we gotta go.
We need to get him out.
Yeah.
We need to get him out.
I thought it was cute seeing people throw pillows at him. I feel like it was kind of like an homage to like the older challenge days of when people would read the messages on the phone that TJ sent them about the daily. People would always, throw pillows at him. So that was very in line of Johnny Bananas.
Yeah.
We get a little before the daily challenge, we get a little foreshadowing, a little conversation between Nelson and Fessy. I was under the impression that Nelson, forgives easily and isn't going to look for payback against Fessy. How did you feel about this whole relationship?
I don't know. They're kind of making it seem like that Nelson and Fessy are like on the same level as like Fessy and Corey.
Right.
Which, I don't feel like that at all.
Fessy ain't TBD.
Exactly. So it's just like, I don't even understand why. We'll get to it, but I don't understand why any of this transpired the way that it transpired. But
okay,
whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get to that. I feel a little bit differently about it. I guess it sounds like you're more so like on Olivia's side, like Nelson should have chose Olivia.
Bro, it's just like, but did you, bro? Fessy backstabbed this man.
Yeah.
It
wasn't even. It was like a front. It was like a backstab front stab because he like backstabbed him and then shit on him in elimination.
Yeah, and if we want to make it deeper, Fessy got a little dirty in that elimination, if we remember correctly, with the fingers through the mask and all that stuff,
and bending his fingers. Yeah. What was that? 2 seasons ago, Double Agents.
Yeah, Double Agents.
Not even a year. About a year has passed, you'd say, because there was a good little hiatus between Spies, Lies, and this season.
Yeah.
So maybe a year or less. Yeah, that's not a lot of time, and Nelson seems to have forgiven him in that short amount of time, even though it cost him a good amount of money. Probably, you know.
Yeah.
You're talking me into it a little bit. We'll get to it, I suppose. Let's get into the daily challenge. Like I said, my favorite daily challenge of the season. Not saying much because I think a lot of them have lacked. So this one was called Double Trouble. The name of the game was Speed. One partner will start off by jumping from the back of a truck to the back of a car. That's in a line of cars speeding. One partner is stuck in the front car that holds 4 keys. The other partner has to jump from car to car to get to the partner and retrieve all 4 of those keys. Pretty simple. Obviously, the one flaw is this seems like a guy's elimination day, you know, because it seems like a guy's daily challenge because the girls aren't doing anything.
Right. There was a moment where I think it was Jordan and Anissa, or like I think it may have been Bananas and Nani, where I saw the girl just sitting there, and they weren't showing much of when the girls would go into the car and coming out. So I literally thought the girls were just sitting there.
Yeah, they could just like pick up a new key and yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, are the girls doing anything?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, like I said, it seems like we're watching an episode where it's a guy's elimination day.
Yeah, that's what it felt like a little bit.
Yeah, because we didn't see any of the girls compete. We just saw the guys compete, which is it's cool. Like there are like the seasons we love, you know, and that we talk about a lot. There were guy challenge days and girl challenge days, so it's like it kind of reminded me of like the old days a little bit.
Yeah.
But we can go through, talk about everyone's performance. Basically, all the guys. Horacio was looking real good in the beginning, fucking running across that thing like an ape, like all fours. Like he was just crawling through that whole thing and made it look like it was easy. But about halfway through, he just looked like he got intoxicated or something. He just looked like a drunken baboon halfway through. Like he couldn't even it's like he didn't even know how to stand. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. He just lost his footing at some point. Or maybe he was going too fast, or maybe the way the wire was set up. I don't even know because like it just felt like what happened? It felt like he had it.
I think those things, and then he was getting nervous and probably tired because he was going at an extremely fast rate for the first like 2 laps, and then he just got unbalanced and then like wouldn't gather himself. We heard Olivia say like he cracks under the pressure. I mean, obviously we're starting to see that a little bit. I didn't think that was something a part of him. I thought he was more on the clutch side of things, but it seems like he's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just felt all of a sudden like I don't know, like he like choked right at the end.
Yeah.
It was like he was doing great for the first 3 quarters,
and
the fourth quarter came and he just blew it.
Yeah.
You know, like a sports team.
Bricking every shot. Can't even land on a car. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
The lineup, the order in which they went was extremely suspicious because it was like Olivia and Horacio went first, Jane, Michelle, Nelson and Nerys, Fessy and Mariah, and then all the vet pairs went. It seemed like a vet pair made the order.
Right. At least that was how it was edited.
Right. See, yeah, I get lost sometimes. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
It could have been edited anyway.
Yeah. So, but I see it though. Like Bananas and Nani were the last ones, right?
Jordan and Anissa. Bananas and Nani were second to last, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Also, here's a little. I don't know if you take note of like how the thing is like edited, but I noticed like whenever they do like the fast montages during the dailies, where like a lot of people, none of them win.
None of them win. No.
None of them win. No. So it's just like, oh, okay, they don't win. Okay, they don't win. All right, they don't win. So whoever they actually show going, they're the ones who are probably a good shot to win the dailies. So.
Yeah. I have caught on to that little edit trick a while ago because it's fairly obvious.
Yeah. So it's like to
Yeah.
anybody just watching the challenge.
Yeah,
there
now
you
you
go.
know. Yeah, if you're
Now
if you're watching a daily challenge rooting for Fessy and Mariah and they don't focus on Fessy and Mariah, they're not winning the daily.
They're not winning.
Yeah. Fessy, kudos to him. He's a big dude, and it looked like he was getting through this thing pretty quickly. Nelson fumbles. That's right up Nelly's alley. Like, that's Nelson in a nutshell. Fumbles the key at the last second. I'm not too surprised. Watching Bananas and Jordan, it did give me some nerdy goosebumps, not gonna lie, because they crushed this little obstacle course. They both had finesse. Bananas with the little 360 he did at one point, and then Jordan just doing it like no other competitor and sliding over the roofs of these cars to save time rather than taking 3 or 4 steps on the roof like every other competitor did. He slid across each one, which probably saved a second or 2 each time. So
Yeah.
he completely crushed it. He did it so seamlessly, made it look easy. And that's Jordan in a nutshell as well, making things look easy.
Yeah, and Bananas. But correct me if I'm wrong, but they in the rules they said that the girls would be the one like passing off the key.
I did not hear that. I did not specifically look for those rules when rewatching it.
Yeah.
But I did not hear it both times watching it, but I could have missed it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I wonder how the girls would have done if they were the ones having to run, because it probably would have went a lot different had it been the girls running and the guys passing off the keys.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they should do it both ways and then average their times together if they really want an accurate like team to win. Like I said, this was a guy's daily challenge. Like if they made the guy do it and the girl do it, then added their time, divided it by 2, I think that would have been a cool daily challenge. Made it a little better, maybe more content. Yeah, I thought Casey and Kenny. I thought Casey would have been the one running across the cars. So maybe the guys did have to run across the cars.
Yeah.
But that's the only team, Casey and Kenny, where it's like interchangeable, where it wouldn't matter, in my opinion. While the other teams, it's like, yeah, I'd rather have the guy run across the cars.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine Anissa running across it. Imagine Veronica.
What about like Olivia? You think Olivia would have done good?
Yeah, I think she would have.
Olivia would have done good. I think
she would have done good. Nani, I think, would have done fine.
Oh, you know what? Bananas posted like on his Instagram a really cool picture of him and Nani like on the cars,
oh really?
Like high-fiving. It looked something straight out of a movie.
Oh man, yeah. I bet it felt like they were in a movie too, running across these cars.
Yeah, that I would have loved to have done this one too.
Yeah. Oh my
God. This was easily one of like. This is another one. This is the first daily where I was like, tag me in.
Yes. I would do this all day.
Tag me in. I'm in.
And like the different colors of the cars, it made me realize in the moment, when each team had their own color on the show, right? Good time.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I saw. I saw the cars and I'm like, oh, those colors. I wish the freaking people were wearing those colors,
Yeah, like this episode had a lot of throwbacks type thing.
Nonchalant,
right?
like not on purpose, but like it just made viewers like it just hit like a nerve with old school viewers, and it's just like, oh, that makes me feel a little old school.
Yeah, like with the pillows and the multicolor and stuff, and like the vets actually fucking killing dailies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
So Jordan and Anissa edge it out. The 3 best teams were Jay, Michelle, Bananas, Nani, and Jordan and Anissa. Yeah, that was a big deal. I mean, depending on who won this daily would obviously, that's how it goes usually, but the house is really split into 2 right now. And this really decided which way it was gonna go. So Jordan and Anissa win. We see them go into deliberation. Obvious teams we know that they're going to vote in: Jay and Michelle, Olivia and Horacio, Nelson and Nerys. That 4th team is up in the air between Amber and Chauncey, and Fessy and Mariah. I think if any other vet pairs win, they vote in Amber and Chauncey, but this specific vet pair had a conversation with Chauncey about looking out for each other. So I think that played a big part in why they ended up choosing Fessy and Mariah as the fourth team rather than Amber and Chauncey.
Right. I was also a little sad with 3 of the teams that were nominated in, because from an entertainment, as like a viewer standpoint, 3 of those teams have been providing us like some of the most like content
Yeah, like
as
the
a
three
viewer.
obvious teams that were voted in. Yeah.
Yeah, from like all aspects, like with the dailies, with the eliminations, with just like the politics and the mess,
the drama, the hookups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and we definitely didn't want Nerys to go home because we see some foreshadowing, some seeds being planted at the bar, which is a little bit after the interrogation. But Jordan and Nerys are getting to know each other. Uh-oh.
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 Oh,
That gets me
I did
excited.
not see this coming. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see this coming, but
The toxic part of me is excited to see this unfold.
I'm ready for this mess.
I'm like, oh, Nerys and Jordan, you don't say.
Oh, you don't say. Where's Tori? Oh, okay.
Literally in the background of them dancing. If you go,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
she's just like side eyeing the fuck out of them dancing.
My lord, bro, I can't. I'm ready for that. But
looking forward to it. So deliberation. Let's see what else happens. Oh yeah. So once the names go on the board, Amber tries to give Michelle a hug, and Michelle's just not having it, not in the mood. This kind of develops into something, even though I don't think it should. But what do you think about this situation?
oh, I didn't really care. Like, I kind of understand why Michelle got like that. Like sometimes, like I feel like, bro, come on,
Yeah.
bro, like. But they kind of made it a little more of a big deal than what it was. It like when they started talking at the bar, it felt like filler.
Yeah.
Like it just felt like a little thing. Like,
Yeah.
come on, we didn't have to spend that much time.
Too much airtime because yeah, we get a conversation of Amber and Chauncey talking about it, and this just solidifies that Chauncey is just a yes man because he's just like, yeah, you're right. I don't know why she feels that way. Why don't you think, Chauncey, and not just tell your girlfriend what she wants to hear and actually think on a human level about this interaction? Michelle is going in, and the first thing, I don't want to be touched. If I see I'm going in, like I'm gonna be a little bit salty. Like, yes, you want to make me feel better, say a nice word. Like, don't hug me. I don't know. That's just me personally.
Yeah,
Like,
like just give me a second
give me
to
a
like process this, because don't come up to me hugging me knowing that you're safe.
Yeah.
But like,
and then she probably kind of knew, like, low key she was safe because of the deal her and her team
and
had too.
the whole
So
thing. So it's just like I get it, but I think the producers definitely dragged it, especially knowing that Michelle was getting eliminated.
yeah,
Trying to fill up time because they didn't have anything else to show, probably.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So it's like, whatever. But
the interrogations. I do like Jay. He might be getting a lot of hate from people. I don't honestly keep up with the social media aspect of all this and what people are saying. But I am a fan of Jay. I think he is a funny, witty guy. Like the first thing he said when he's in the interrogation room is just like, "What did we ever do to you?" And it's like, thank you, some humility. Like he knows they fucked up and he knows he's going in. Like he's not salty about it. He's not, I appreciate that from both of them.
yeah, I do keep up with the social
Okay.
aspect of things.
Mr. Consistent over here. I forgot.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they praised Jay and Michelle for kind of bringing something, and giving us stuff to talk about, which I feel on the same level. I said that I was a little sad seeing the names thrown on because as a viewer, they're giving us something to talk about and come up on here in these recaps and talk about it, right? So like that's basically the consensus in the challenge. with that.
And both of the competitors come into the season not making too many big splashes in the previous seasons. They're almost still rookies. It's like a pseudo rookie type of feel for them. So I think they're better off making a splash early in their career, going against the grain, trying to make it as far as possible, but while making a splash and going against the grain so they can guarantee some entertainment and an invite back. Once they're established, yes, start playing smart and for the win. But for you to be a rookie and think that you're going to win every fucking season you go on, it's unrealistic and it's not what viewers necessarily want to see, because if that's the case, then it'll be a very boring show. So I think this added very crucial entertainment. I think it's sad to see them go home. I was talking to a coworker of mine who happens to be a fucking huge challenge fan. Like his favorite season is Rivals, so he's a good one. You know, he's a good challenge fan.
Oh, sounds like someone else we know.
Right. Thou who shall not be named. Shout out to Daniel. So we're out before I left for work Wednesday. I was just like, all right, bold prediction. Who's going home? I'm saying Nelson and Nerys. And he's just like, I'm gonna go Michelle and Jay. And I'm just like, bro, you really think they're gonna go home? Like, I think they have at least one elimination win under their belt before they go home. But he was fucking right. Like, normally nobody can guess what's gonna happen in the challenge, so that was a good guess.
Spot on.
Yeah. Yeah, Michelle is open to an alliance, like alliance talks after all this goes down, which is, I think, a smart move for her, because she does say, like, the house is split into two. She doesn't think that'll last. She thinks it'll go into like even smaller groups, which I think it will as well, because of the nominating of the 4 teams. It's going to force the house to to get split up even more, I think. So I think it was a good little seed plant there, but doesn't come into fruition because she goes home. Dude, I mean, we've talked about obvious storylines, but Nelson pulling the safe dagger. I mean, if this didn't happen, then they would have wasted so much screen time.
Oh my lord, that was so good. It was so good to the point where I almost started considering it was rigged.
Yeah,
I was like, that was the one to pull right there, right?
Yeah.
Like that's best case scenario in that situation.
And that never happens in the challenge, for viewers. Best case scenario really doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was like Bananas who said it. He was like, "Yo, that was it."
Yeah,
that was the one.
Yeah, that was it. That was the only choice that would have provided this type of entertainment, because Fessy would have chose Nelson, Olivia would have chose Nelson. So I think Nelson would have been safe no matter what. Sounds like
I think Nelson was good.
Yeah.
Through.
Yeah. So worst case scenario for him was pulling the safe dagger, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
So, I love Nelson. I think he said the needy greedy to this episode.
The needy greedy?
Yeah, he said it. he acknowledging that has these Nellyisms, and now he's making the step in that direction.
Yeah.
We have another club scene. Not a lot is happening during these club scenes and these party scenes. It's very unfortunate, because like those used to be like where everything happened in the older seasons, right?
Yeah. Other than like the one scene where Tori was like confessing how she felt about how her and Jordan kind of ended, there hasn't really been anything like memorable to happen in these club scenes.
Yeah, over the past couple seasons too, to be honest, they've been pretty sucky, especially during COVID, when there was just them in a bar. That was really
rough. They feel like recaps in a weird way, like the bar scenes, because all we see is them just talking about everything that's happened.
I know.
Right? So it just feels like recaps at this point.
Yeah. Speaking of recaps, we don't even get recaps anymore, do we? At the beginning of like each episode, it's not like last time on the challenge. I don't think that happens anymore.
Previously on, or
it just starts. The episode just starts, which I love. I mean,
yeah, I didn't even think about that, but I guess I've just been so locked in.
So yeah, at the club, Jordan and Reese getting to know each other, which we talked about a little bit. Anissa tries to go up to Fessy and Mariah to smooth things over, but I am on Fessy and Mariah's side. I'm not trying to hear it. I don't like this aspect of the power couple throwing in teams into the draw and acting like they're not throwing them into elimination potentially. It's like,
Right.
oh, you're in the draw. Let's just hope you make the right decision, says Anissa. And it's like, yeah, if we pull the safe dagger, like what the fuck? Like I could
Yeah,
be
you
going
can't
into
expect them to be like, kind of happy or
yeah,
like not as mad.
yeah.
Like,
Like
no.
everyone you threw in should feel the same type of way. It's just not like, yeah, we threw in 3 teams that we didn't like and we had to throw you in, like, yeah, you still threw us in. So we still could go home. That's the bottom
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
A little power trip. Oh, tiny one by Anissa, but it happens in this game, so. Elimination we get to. This is
Yeah.
where the episode kind of takes a damper, in my opinion. Jordan and Anissa, of course, pick Jay and Michelle as the main vote. Nelson tries to place himself strategically last to avoid the safe dagger. But it has the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Who'd you think? We talked about this a little bit, or a lot of it, but who'd you think Nelson was gonna save? Was it Olivia? Did you think, or were you up in the air? You didn't know?
Oh my God. Honestly, like I didn't know, but mentally I was just kind of like hoping he would pick Olivia.
Mm,
Now we talked about it. We're kind of on different sides of this.
yeah.
I don't understand why he would save Fessy and treating Fessy like he's on the same level as Corey or even like Hunter as like a bro. Especially after everything that happened on Double Agents, the way he kind of kind of just went in there, faced him in elimination, sent him home in like a dirty way too.
Yeah.
And then like is struggling with this because like I get it, like you just met Olivia and it's nothing too serious, like you're fooling around with her, but it's like I almost look at it like a dude, like instead of choosing the new girl to go with, he just went back to the person that cheated on him or something like that. Like that's how I looked at it. And plus, like I felt like had he chose Fessy and Mariah, that would have been like a move that showed everybody like, oh, Nelson's not fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nelson's really trying to win this time because this is what season 7 or 8 or 9 for Nelson now at this point. He hasn't won yet. Like that would have been the move to like shaking shit up, even if Fessy had came back.
Yeah.
So I don't understand it at all. That's how I feel about it, at least.
I don't know. I felt you are adjusting my opinion a little bit in your favor, but I did feel like he's known Fessy for longer. And yeah, he just met Olivia this season, so really putting emotions aside, I think the smarter decision was to choose the longer term friend. But shit did go down between these two friends not too long ago, which put Nelson in a position to honestly save Olivia and kind of even the playing field between him and Fessy. But I think if he chooses Olivia, I don't think Nelson and Fessy ever get back to like a friendship. I think Fessy really holds that over his head for a long time. I think Fessy really gets his feelings hurt by Nelson saving like this showmance over him. Not that that should influence Nelson's decision at all, but I think that's how it would have played out. I thought he was going to choose Fessy the whole time. Whether it was right or not, I am struggling to sift through that. But I lean towards, it's like 60-40. I lean towards, yes, Fessy. He should have chose.
Also, can we talk about that scene with Fessy, like right before the elimination, where he was in the room? He was talking to Nelson, like he was like complaining about Anissa. It's like something I would do. Like when I would just go like, yo, fuck that, bro. Like, what the fuck is she talking about coming up to me on the bar, bro? Like, if she ever comes up to me talking about I'm a brother, blah 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 blah, I'm not hearing that shit, bro.
I love the now I don't have an excuse to like throw her and like shit like
Yeah,
that. It's like
that's what it felt like. This is going. It was just like a 5-minute scene of just Fessy going off, and like Nelson didn't say a word. He was just like, oh, okay,
yeah. So, elimination. It was called Spun Out. The rules. There's 2 giant wheels in the elimination area. One partner is strapped to the outside of the wheel. One is inside of the wheel, moving the wheel in left or right. You have to solve a puzzle by utilizing 3 poles along the track, and you never put a bigger puzzle piece on top of a smaller puzzle piece. We've seen this type of puzzle be performed numerous amounts of times throughout the challenge. It's a famous puzzle in general. I would probably suck at it. No matter how many times I see it, I still don't know how to do it. So
I'd be terrible at this.
Yeah. Especially while spinning around like upside down and having to communicate with your partner, especially while maybe some certain cast members are screaming at the top of their lungs, so you can't communicate with your partner. Let's talk about it.
Yikes. Let's talk about it.
I mean, so I'll go with my opinion first.
Go for it.
Obviously, Jordan did a majority of the screaming to disallow Michelle and Jay to play.
Yeah.
I think that you got to do what you got to do as long as it's within the rule set. I think it's on. I don't blame Jordan at all. Is it distasteful? A little bit. Is it allowed? Apparently. I blame production for not stepping in and saying, shut up. I like sometimes they step in and say you can't help, and then sometimes they just let the fucking boys be boys. Like, this was so unfair. I mean,
oh my god, this was
Jay and Michelle would have won, right? Like,
this was like you can make an argument that because the last time it kind of where there was like a crowd influence was during the Turbo one.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make an argument that maybe Turbo and Tamara may have won that one had it not been for the crowd. Like, this has been like people from the crowd helping has always been a thing.
Yeah.
This is something new.
Right.
This is always a thing. Going back again, another thing that's kind of like an old school challenge thing. People helping.
Yeah.
But this one was like obnoxiously bad. Like
left,
terrible.
Left, right. Like
it was not just it was Jordan and Bananas. Because Bananas was up there too, next to him.
I think good like some of them were doing it. And then I think Bananas realized how obnoxious it was in general, so he kind of stopped, and Jordan just kept going. Eventually, Jordan realized how obnoxious it was and stopped once, like, he probably ran out of breath because that dude was just screaming forever, it seemed like. But
this one was bad, and I'll tell you what, I work on challenge days, so I watch the episodes the next day in the morning, and so I went on the hashtag Challenge 38, Challenge Ride or Dies on Twitter to see what everybody had said. And a majority of the things I saw was people complaining about that. Yeah. It was like, yo, what the fuck is that? And I just, I love Olivia and Horacio. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, would they have won?
I agree, but like, I don't think people's annoyance or hatred should be pointed towards Jordan. I don't know if it is. I don't know what you were seeing. I do think it should be pointed towards production. I think, you got to do what you got to do. Like, if you're Jordan, you just threw Michelle and Jay in. If production is allowing you to, like, not let them play the game, I would go ahead and do that, because if they come back in the house, they're likely going to win a daily challenge, and they're going to vote you in directly because they already did. So I think Jordan is almost like stuck in between a rock and a hard place, because it's like he's almost forced to be obnoxious because production is allowing it,
Yeah, and you know what? Someone on Twitter had said that they viewed the crowd interacting like as if like one of the people in elimination had like home field advantage in like a sports game or something.
Mhm.
But I think the issue that I have is, it's one thing if the crowd is chanting something to help a challenger win, but it's another thing if it's literally not allowing a challenger to do something.
Yeah, and I think
That's
Jordan
when
was
it's like,
trying to disguise it as I'm just trying to help Olivia and Horacio by screaming
yeah,
directions. Oops, I didn't know I was screaming so loud that Michelle and Jay couldn't communicate. Whoopsie. Like
yeah,
playing dumb type of thing.
yeah. It was bad to the point where like if there's enough noise on social media, I wouldn't be surprised if they threw it back to the fresh meat days, and
Mm,
we're like, nah, y'all not about to watch this.
yeah. Yeah, or just just say, "Hey, no talking during this elimination." Like I don't know, just like it's that easy.
Yeah,
Like,
because this one was
yeah.
bad,
I
Tom.
mean, it made
It
me
was
not
bad.
really care. I already knew who was going to win because of that. So honestly, I like walked away and like was getting food by the like before the episode even finished because I already knew what was going to happen. It was very
That one was
unfortunate.
bad.
It was just so sucky too for Jay and Michelle. Imagine I would have called Jordan down to fight if I was Jay, dead ass, like I would have been so mad if I was them.
Yeah, and they were tight. They were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, y'all needed to scream to help." Blah blah
Hmm.
blah blah blah. I guess we had y'all that shook and
Right.
nervous.
And then the next sentence is TJ saying, "Well, this ends your time here." So it's just like,
Yeah, it's like fuck.
um,
I wonder what TJ thinks of that, because
yeah,
TJ feels like the type of person that I feel like he doesn't condone that,
right,
or
yeah.
he wouldn't at least, but I
It's
don't know.
not up to him.
Not up to him.
Yeah. Um, so obviously Olivia and Horacio win almost by default. It's almost like their second win by default. They have 3 elimination wins. 2 of them, the house just carried them through it.
Yeah,
And then one was the hall brawl, which was a good win, very good win. But definitely it's like 1.5 wins rather than 3.
yeah, and I hate that because they're great.
Yeah,
They're great competitors, and they're great challengers and great rookies and stuff like that. So I hate they have this like
asterisks.
asterisk in
Yeah.
the eliminations. Well, if the crowd didn't help you,
Yeah.
maybe it
But
would be
you
different.
could say that's part of the politics. They're a likable team. People like them, so they're willing to help
Oh,
them.
yeah. So it's like, hey, you know what? And right there, everything we just said just sums up the beauty of this game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's
and
like
I and
you're
so
only as
well.
likable as your opponents. Like if we hate your opponents, then we love you. Like
Yeah. So it's like I don't care how much better the crowd likes me.
yeah.
Oh, so like that's just how it is, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I ain't worried
great.
about nothing.
Yeah.
Um, so that ends the elimination. Jay and Michelle go home, unfortunately. Would have liked to see them in the house a little bit longer, but look forward to seeing them in future seasons, which I think they have locked down permanently. They should be invited back more.
Yeah. Shout out Jay and Michelle. I mean, I know on here we've kind of disagreed with like the moves they were making back when they were in power, those like 2 weeks they were in power, but they they gave us entertainment, bro. And I'm not mad at anybody who
Yeah.
gives us
They
stuff to talk about.
they did the right moves, but they just did them in the wrong way.
In the
Like
wrong way. Exactly.
they almost had it. And it's
Yeah,
okay, they're rookies, so we don't expect them to understand the game right off the bat.
but I would love to see them again next season.
Yeah, me too. Um uh Before the episode ends, it seems like we're getting a twist. Actually, before that, I do want to for Michelle and Jay. I think their biggest mistake, and it's a big flaw in the season, but their biggest mistake was winning the second challenge back to back. I
Yeah.
think if they don't win that, they're probably in a way better position. They wouldn't have had to vote Jordan and Anissa straight in. So
Mm.
they probably wouldn't have been the main vote here, but who knows? But I do think winning this season is a big detriment. Why is
Yeah.
that a thing?
I know, and that's just like another problem with the format. Like,
Yeah.
how the hell is winning kind of like a disadvantage?
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
what the fuck? Like, it shouldn't be like that. Like, and that's not just an issue for this season. It's kind of been an issue for these last few seasons.
Yeah.
Like, you should be completely good for winning, but instead, like, you almost feel the opposite. So it's just like,
yeah, and it sucks because it seems like the season's about to change a little bit. And right as the season is about to change, Michelle and Jay go home. So they probably could have like reaped the rewards of this twist, but probably not. TJ says you never know what's around the corner, so that corner will be at the next challenge. Thanks, TJ.
yeah, nice little fucking just
That's
just
like that's
blue balling,
while I
bro.
was saying that, it reminded me of Casey's tweet where it's like this season is so interesting because it's so interesting. Just,
Yeah, like, bro, TJ, bro, come on, bro.
yeah,
You gonna make me wait a week?
always
I don't even watch this show live, so you're gonna make me wait 8 days?
a week and a day.
A week and a day. Fuck, man.
TJ, what are you doing, bro? So TJ up to his same old bullshit, man.
Yeah, bro, whatever, bro. And also, like, can we talk about how Horacio didn't even know they won until after fun? He comes out of the fucking thing and he's just like,
who won?
what?
Who won?
We won? We won?
It was so like cute seeing it. It was just so innocent.
It was just like, we won?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, damn, Horacio, you're dumber than I thought. Like you're proving to be a little bit more dumb than I thought each episode that goes on.
it was so funny. It was just so funny seeing that.
Yeah. Looking forward heavily to the next episode because we see some Tori and Jordan drama.
Hey, you know what? It's been a while since we've seen Tori get that heated. It's rare to see Tori get heated. I think the last time we saw Tori like mad was what, World of Worlds 2, like during that nomination, she was like pounding her hand on the table, like, I will take on every single one of you bitches.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. I was thinking to her rookie season when she was yelling at Camilla to get out of her room.
Yeah. Like, get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! So it's like, it's rare to see Tori get mad.
And that's what makes it good, because it's rare. Yeah. So we know it's coming next episode. And
like, I'm ready to see spicy Tori come out a little bit.
Especially, I think she has I think she's valid in some of her points. She was in the next on, she said, you were just sleeping in my bed naked than the last week. So it seems like Jordan is pursuing Nerys and Tori is like not having it.
Like, I don't know, because it's like, it's one thing if like, because we know that Tori, or at least she made it explain, like, Tori kind of ended things, right? Or no, wait, did she end things, or was it Jordan?
I think, I forget. I think just things ended kind of toxically, and then Tori immediately went to a guy to make herself feel better.
Apologized for it, and her whole thing was like, I understand, blah blah blah, why you feel all these things. So if he went and did that without all the other bullshit in between, then I'd be like, Tori, why are you getting so mad? Right. Blah, blah, blah. But Jordan, like, because we mentioned it, we were like, yo, Jordan and Tori look kind of like, they look like they've been snuggling up, and like there was a shot of him in bed with her. Like, Jordan, why are you fucking with her feelings a little bit?
Yeah, maybe that's like the one mistake. Maybe they shouldn't have slept together, cuddled that one night, because I'm sure they just cuddled, but yeah, that's just not a good look. I
don't know, but you know what? I'm here for all that mess.
Let's go.
I'm here for all that mess. You're just making X3 look a lot better for me.
We prey on these challengers making real life mistakes. We prey on it. Because we're not out here putting ourselves in positions to make mistakes. We're just
and also we're not out here rooting for y'all to be good. Like, we want mess.
I mean, I don't know about all that.
I'm just fucking around.
I didn't know you were that of a savage,
I'm
Adonis.
toxic, okay? I want X's 3 already, okay?
Yeah, we have plenty of teams lined up for X's 3. We don't need something.
I'm sorry. Let me dial it back a little bit.
Dial it back. Dial it back. Save that energy for next episode because we're gonna need a lot of it, I think.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining. That wraps up our recap for episode 8 of Ride or Dies. Yep, looking forward to the next episode, and we'll see you there next week. Feel free to comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you posting little clips, Adonis. I know your Twitter is obviously one of the best on challenge in the challenge universe, so that's super cool. I appreciate that, and I'm assuming we got some good clips you could
especially with this episode. I might have to upload 4.
yeah. I'm gonna upload some of the Instagram too, because I haven't uploaded to the challenge Instagram. But yep. So thanks for joining. We will see you guys next week. Peace out. Thanks, Adonis, man. I'll talk to you throughout the week.
All right, bro. Take it easy, bro. Take it easy.
Enjoy your Sunday, my mans.
You too.
Peace.